This is Andrew's inaugural sail of the year in his new to him canoe, his Broadland Silver Birch.
And today I've got two paddles. I've got this beaver tail, and I've also got this one, which I think they call an Otter Tail. So I'll be trying out two different paddles.
Both at the same time?
I haven't been out on my canoe for ages, so I am super excited about going out today with Laurie. We're going to do a short paddle down towards Henny and a pub stop. I'm not quite sure how far away that is, maybe 4 or 5 kilometres. Should take us about an hour and a half, and I think there is one major portage through the lock. Of course, what I really meant was around the lock and not through it, as we set off from the Granary Quay at Sudbury in Suffolk, past the rowing club and under the disused railway onto the river Stour, or Stour, depending on how you pronounce it, turning downstream in a southerly direction. This boat, I hope, is going to bring me a lot of enjoyment over the next few years. And I can tell you from my very first few moments on the water, it's beautiful to manoeuvre, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's made from Duralite, which is a lightweight construction. It's weighing, I think, around about 30 kilos. Laurie's is fractionally lighter because he's got the ash gunnels. I think this is an ash yoke, and it's got the ash seats with the webbing. It's also come fully laced, which is an absolute bonus, which means that I'm going to be able to secure all my kit when I go on some longer expeditions, hopefully with Laurie, hopefully later on this year to Scotland. And it also comes with a couple of flotation blocks. Let's just hope that I never have use of those flotation blocks. Laurie, do you want to have a go of this? See what you think of it. Grey Owl Plum Otter Tail. Quite a bit longer than my other paddle. What do you think of that?
It's a lot of blade.
It is, isn't it? The Grey Owl Plume paddle is an otter tail, and it's designed for deeper water, which allows for an Indian paddle stroke, which is in essence a stroke without taking the blade out of the water. I suppose it's a sort of sculling stroke, and it remains virtually silent when executed properly. Well, I'm going to ask Laurie what he thinks about that paddle in a minute, but one of the things that I noticed almost immediately was how quiet the paddle face enters into the water, so you don't get quite the same sort of splash that I do with this otter tail. You know, if you're being a little bit more stealthy or watching the bird life and you want to be in the moment. So what's your initial verdict? What do you think?
It's the first time I've managed to do any poor excuse of an Indian stroke, which I was doing there, where the paddle doesn't come out and you slice it forward.
Oh yes.
And you see people doing that, it's really nice, it's totally stealthy.
It's stealthy, yeah.
Well, that was a very poor apology, the first time I've managed it.
Yeah. Thank you for handing back the paddle.
I nearly nicked it.
Well, he's getting me back for the grey owl that he gave me last year or the year before, and I kept that, so... yeah. Oh,
what
wow.
he hasn't told you is he broke it when he kept it. As Andrew drifts off in the distance in silent mode.
Okay, well, we're going to knock that on the head and go back to the start. Pick up Laurie's bag, which he's left on the quayside. I don't know if that's early dementia or just being a bit of a plonker. I think in my case it would have been, well, it could have been either. Men of a certain age. Take 2. There it is. Was it still there?
That microlight up there?
Oh crikey, no, that is a 737.
Oh yeah.
A microlight. There's the weir. Wouldn't want to go down there. There's a portage point to the left and also a lock. The portage is roughly a 20 to 30 metre carry. Short portage. Steps. Yep. The Great Cornard Lock became derelict in the 1920s, but after restoration it was formally reopened in September 1997, and it restored the passage between Sudbury and Suffolk and Great Henny in Essex. It was the first new lock on the river for over 200 years and the first completed Millennium project in East Anglia. The wind picked up slightly as we ventured on, enjoying our Silver Birch craft. Silver Birch is a Norfolk-based company near Attleborough, producing a variety of canoes. Our Broadland 15s are just under 15 foot or 4.5 metres long. They're built to a traditional prospector design, which makes them ideal for recreational paddling and also touring. This part of the river meanders through willow plantations and arable fields, where the only sounds heard were the wind in the branches and birdsong, resulting in a really relaxing and peaceful paddle. That's what I call a bonfire. Feel the heat from here. Maybe that bonfire was clearing up the riverbank edge. Fallen trees. A little bit of bank management, perhaps. There's a fallen tree just there. Right, what's the time? 20 to 1. I can smell the food. I can literally smell the food. I'm downwind of the pub. I think it's about 400 metres around that corner. Lunchtime. Arriving at the Henny Swan, I was looking forward to my lunch and a pint of beer. pint and a steak sandwich coming up.
And then going down.
It was a great little paddle. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching.